Hello and welcome back to The Margins. Today we're going to be talking about the books we love, or the books we're reading, or just books in general. It really what it was is we started one of our planning sessions and we started talking about what we were reading, and I was like, oh
Mhm.
my gosh, we
I
need
love
to
talking about what I'm reading.
absolutely.
Yeah,
So we just picked like a random number of books. Try to keep it YA, but not all of them are, and there's a
but
reason.
really, these
Uh,
are all books that we are currently reading. Well, I'm currently reading,
I've read, yeah. I've either read them or am reading them right now.
and this isn't like we read multiple books. We don't
Yeah,
ever read one at a time.
yeah.
So
No.
don't be frightened off by
Yeah.
like, wait, and
How many
and
books?
she's and she's still going.
It's totally true. So I'm going to start with one that I just finished, and we are on YouTube, so I get to hold it up and show the pretty cover. It is
Yay.
called Soul of Smoke by Caitlin McFarland. I actually got it through a tour company. I think it's Books of Matches Media that did a tour with this book. I think I was technically supposed to read all three of them, and I got through the first one, not because it wasn't excellent, because it is, but because I just don't have any time. But it was so good. It is, I think, categorized as new adult. So there is some language to it. Nothing that like really bordered any kind of like really new adult spice levels for me. So if you don't like language, that might be an issue for you. But I loved the story. It's unique. It involves dragons, which is so fun. And I just really enjoyed it. Honestly, when we started talking about books, I was like, oh, I gotta share about this one. Mostly because, and I blame Kristen for this moving up on my TBR.
I'm sorry, but
It's
not
your
really.
fault. But I am now currently reading Fourth Wing, and the atmosphere rejoiced. I don't know. I feel like everybody
I
is hyping about this book so
It is.
hard.
Yeah,
And I
well, and
kind of get it
I
after
mean,
the
I
first
feel
100
like
pages.
you either absolutely love it or you absolutely hate it. There is no like
Right.
lukewarmness about it. I don't know. I might be a little lukewarm about it. I can't decide.
Well,
I
okay,
I
let
mean,
me make my case, and
okay.
let me also state that I'm reading it an advanced reading copy because they sent it to me. So I've had it for a while and I should have started it before. B, I'm only 110 pages in.
Mhm.
So I haven't gotten super far into like probably the things that I may not like as much. I have heard about the spice. I see
It
all
is
the
spicy.
language. I don't like those things personally.
Right.
That's a personal thing. Granted, it is new adult, not young adult.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
do not think that it was marketed to teens, even though it
No.
feels like it kind of was. Um,
And I think
if
that is what I liked about it is that it kind of read like young
It
adult.
does. I feel like if you took out the language and you took
Mhm.
out the spice, it would be a YA, and
Yeah.
that's why I
Yeah.
love it.
Mhm.
But I don't recommend it for those who are sensitive to extra spice or any spice, or for
Yeah.
those who don't like a lot of language. I don't prefer it, but
Mhm.
I will say as a writer, the storytelling is really intriguing.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that that's why I'm enjoying it the way that I am,
Mhm.
because I'm just like really, I'm locked into the story and I want to get to the dragons and all the
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So two more for me. Well, actually, technically three. I'll pop by this one really quick because I won't say much about it. I am currently audiobooking The Aeronauts Windlass or Windlass. I'm not really sure. It's by Jim Butcher, and it's like such a fun fantasy steampunk. It's massive. It's 200 or no, 200. 22 hours. Feels like 200. No. It's 22 hours, so it's quite an investment, but I'm loving it. I think it's because I just love anything Jim Butcher writes.
Yeah.
And then also two more that Kristen will also hype in on with me.
Oh
I am
gosh.
reading Divine
Don't even get me
Rivals, and it's
started. Oh my
so
gosh.
pretty. I got the Waterstones edition, and I'm drooling. It is
Ugh,
gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, so
it
pretty. Sorry,
is.
you
I
can't look at
mean,
it online or
I
on
think
the
I read this
podcast.
one back at the beginning of summer, and it
Mhm.
is probably one of my absolute favorite reads of
So good.
2023. It was just like it's oh gosh, it's just
I love the it feels like a World War II novel with
yes.
magic, and you're just like,
Yes.
"How did she do this so accurately?" But yet there was no magic
Right.
in World War II.
No,
But
and
I feel
it's
like there could have been.
And it's very much of a, it has a "You've Got Mail" vibe, which is
Yes,
super fun as well.
yes,
So and she does it so
yes.
well because a lot of times when writers r like, reimagine a story or rewrite a story, it's like, "Oh, this is the same story that I've heard over and over and over again. I know
Mhm,
exactly where this is going." But because of her world building and because of, like it was like, "Wait, where is she going to take this, and how is this
mhm.
going to play out?" So,
Oh, and it's so well done.
mwah,
I cannot wait
brilliant.
for the second book.
Yes.
Just all around excellent storytelling and
Yes.
just like very imaginative. I can recommend that one for sure. And then also
Mhm.
another book I can recommend is Recruit of
Oh, yes.
Talionis by our
Oh.
dear friend CJ Malacy. Kristen is
In
really
my
excited.
in my excitement to grab my copy, I just
Yeah, we both
knocked
have
off everything.
it. Like, we just imagine insert a picture of us and CJ here.
Yes.
We all had such a blast at Realm Makers, and, I got my actually, and I'll hold it up because 'cause I've got it here. I got my, Fugitive of Talionis, which is
Mine
book
is right
2. I got mine, and it's
there
signed,
somewhere.
and it's so beautiful.
Yes.
Um I was blessed to be able to do her covers, which has been so fun, and getting to chat with her in person has been amazing. But I actually like did a I don't know if you'd call it like a preview, like I got an arc, I don't know what you want to call it, but of her audiobook, which she recorded herself, and I'm just like
Yes. Yeah, so
floored.
that's
It was so
actually
good. So good.
that is actually so that's like, I'm reading it, but then I'm also audiobooking it at the
Yeah.
same time,
Y
which is one of my
and
favorite things to do.
so, so well done, and I
It is.
loved it. I told her this, I, like, texted her, I was like, "It feels like I'm just spending time with you when I'm
Oh my god,
listening to you read
I
your
did the same
book."
thing. I was like, "You're reading a book to me." It was great, and
Yeah,
I
it's
had,
so
like, a
fun.
6-hour drive home
Oh,
from the
yeah.
conference that we, were at, and CJ had given it to me, and I was like, "It's great because it's like you're reading a book to me while
Yeah.
I'm driving."
But also, to be fair, the
Mhm.
storytelling is excellent. I mean,
Oh,
yes,
yes,
her
yeah.
her verbal storytelling is
Mhm.
great, but the world building is really well done.
Yes.
Bria as a character is so well fleshed out. You really just like are invested in her journey.
Mhm.
And the way that she waves, excuse me, the way that she weaves her faith into the story is just
Yes.
beautiful and really, really well done. So
Right.
I can highly recommend that. It is no spice. There is some action, but it doesn't feel violent. So perfect for those who are looking for an adventurous book
And
like that.
it's dystopian, which
Hmm.
if you've been around here for, like, 2 minutes, you know that dystopian is kind of my favorite. So, I'm super
Yes.
excited to have another really good
Hmm.
dystopian series because it's coming. The rest is
Me,
coming.
this is
So,
cue me texting CJ and Kristen saying, "All right, now I have to write my dystopian idea."
yes, please, in space, but,
In
it's
space. No, it won't actually be in space. I will. Maybe it will be. Oh, no, I don't know. All right,
Oh, fun
Kristen, what are your books?
Okay, so beyond Recruit, because it's amazing, on my Kindle I have a not pretty copy of What the River Knows because this is just the art
Yes.
cover,
Oh, yeah.
but the actual cover is gorgeous.
Mhm.
Really enjoying that one. I'm like, I'm going down a mummy hole. Like,
I
um,
approve.
I mean, we're binging the series right now. The first movie by far is the best
It's
one
my
ever.
all-time favorite movie
It
of all
is,
time, all
and
time.
like the whole Rick and Evelyn
Mm,
like, they're perfect.
perfection.
Yeah. Anyway,
Mhm.
that's what we're watching, not what we're reading. But yeah, so What the River Knows gives you all that kind of vibes. Um, there is language in this one. I haven't finished it.
Unfortunately.
Is there spice? I haven't really finished it. So
No. I mean,
okay.
there is no spice. Is some more mild description
Hmm.
of things that lead to spice, but no, no
Sure, sure.
spice.
Okay.
Mhm.
What else am I reading? I'm reading Kara
Oh, yeah.
McDowell's This Might Get Awkward. So this is another retelling, reimagining of While You Were Sleeping, which, if you know my story, it happened at Christmas, which is also
You mean
While You
You've
Were
Got
Sleeping.
Mail?
No, this is While You Were
Oh.
Sleeping.
Oh, While You're Sleeping. Yes. What book
Yes.
am I
So,
thinking of? Not
um,
that.
no, you were thinking of one that was
That's
writing,
yes,
and
that's what I was thinking of, a different book.
it's no a
Spoilers, right?
spoilers.
Spoilers.
It's not really a spoiler, so because it has like evolved. Wait. No, that's a different one.
I
Sorry.
was
Anyway,
like, no, there's a few in there.
there's a few in there. That one might still be in there. Who knows?
This
Hide me
got
watch.
awkward. Back to the book.
Back to the book. This might get awkward. But yeah, so this one is really, really good. I'm only halfway through it. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. And she does While You Were Sleeping so well.
Mm.
And then listening, other than Talionis, because I am listening to that one as I'm reading it, I have The Headmaster's List by,
Mm.
and look, you can see Emily, um, Melissa Dela Cruz.
Oh yeah.
I love the tagline. One of them was driving, one of them was high, one of them screamed, one of them died. So
Ooh.
it's
Oh, sounds
so
intense.
I am 17% through it. So I'm not even like, I've barely scratched the surface, but so far it's very intriguing. Um, and I'm enjoying it. So
Mm.
yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'm
shout
reading. Yes.
out to Carolyn George. I'm also reading, I
Yes.
forgot, I'm also reading Curses and Buried Things.
Oh my
Really
gosh.
enjoying it. Oh my goodness, such immersive writing. Ugh.
Hmm.
If you
Yes.
haven't pre ordered it yet, A, the cover is lovely and
Yes.
dark and kind of creepy, which I
Hmm.
love. But B, her writing is just beautiful. And it's kind of like a dual time story in a sense. It's told from two perspectives, but there's
Hmm.
like a lot of years in between. And it's just as she's posted on her social media, it is a very personal story to her because it's her family story. So I'm just like, what's gonna happen? So I'm also reading that too. I totally forgot it because it's on my Kindle. So all of
Yeah.
those different
I do have that one
copies.
downloaded on my Kindle. It's
Hmm.
a like an e-arc.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to dive into that one. But one of my favorite things is that one of her characters' name is Missouri Jane, which is an
Yes,
amazing
yes. She's
name.
got really good names in the
She
whole thing.
does.
Like
Yes.
it's got
Yeah.
such great southern vibes. Like
Mhm.
it's just so the only word I can think of is immersive. It's just
Yeah.
very like you feel like you're there when you read it.
I'm
So
like, I
you're gonna love
can't
it.
wait to hold the actual book in my hands.
Yes.
That
It
is
is so
probably one
pretty.
of my
Mm.
most anticipated. I have been anticipating that book since
Oh
we
yeah.
had her on she was
Yeah.
on the podcast a few years ago
Hmm.
when
I
The
think it
Summer We
was
Forgot
yeah.
was releasing. I
Hmm.
don't think it was even out yet. I think it was releasing because I think I pre-ordered it, and then I feel like this one came about very quickly after that one. I don't know. I pre-ordered it
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
It's been on my pre-order like for like a year and a half. I don't know. It's
For
ridiculous, but
sure. So good.
I am so excited. It has been one of my most look forward to releases.
Anticipated.
Yes, that word.
Oh, well, hop on over to our Instagram and we'll have a post up where you can reply with your favorite reads right now. We would love to hear them. Or if you have like responses to what what we shared here, we would love to hear that. We're always on the lookout for new books. So
Yeah.
share with
And
us.
because we're on YouTube now,
Hmm.
go over and like and
Yeah.
subscribe and do all that. I guess we have to say that now because we're on
Yeah.
YouTube
I
now.
know. We don't
So
really do that, but
like, subscribe, hit that bell. I don't. What do people say these days?
nobody knows.
Nobody
Do the
knows.
thing.
Anyway, help us out.
And we'll show you more pretty covers of books.
Yes, we will. So we hope you enjoyed this episode of The Margins. And until next time, happy writing or reading.